Clean the table. Gotta clean the table. Ouch! 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 Ouch!
Oh no!
You forget you're in
Are
a
you
real
alright?
space.
Table.
Yeah. Forget I'm in a real space, and I start hitting things.
What did you do with the wall, Woof?
And we are live.
Oh,
Welcome, wonderful viewers,
I'll put
human
it back
beings
up when
of
we need it for
humanity,
something.
people of the earth, and all conscious life throughout the universe, to the Somnium Show with your wonderful hosts, WooferBlast and UltraLord, featuring the wonderful, amazing Somnium Friends, Sea Searcher, Oli, and R-Dub. Today we'll be having a fascinating discussion about what the future could possibly hold for you and for me
Oh my gosh.
and for everybody.
Future.
Future. So you take it away, WooferBlast. What are your
I've been
musings
thinking
on
about it.
on where we're going, what we're going to be doing as a species, as a race, as a conscious collective?
I think as we evolve and grow, we're going to eventually have to come to grips with our own human nature, and I don't think that's something we've quite done yet. That's why we're struggling so much. But I think it's like in the beginning of humanity, we always had to fight, right? We had to fight for survival. We had to fight animals. We had to fight the environment. We had to fight everything. It's a matter of survival. And as time went on, we got more comfortable, and we started fighting each other over, petty things like land or resources. And we continue to fight. We're always fighting. Even now we're on the verge of World War III, I think. But the more technology advances, the more dangerous our weapons become. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think it's because if we became too, too efficient and too comfortable, we would just populate to the point where the Earth was just overpopulated, and we'd run out of resources. Because no matter what we do, there are only so many resources for humanity, and the more people get packed together and packed together and packed together, the more violence they become. You can look at any major city and compare it to the outskirts of the cities, and you can see how, like, angry ants, like you pour ants in a jar and shake it up, what happens? The ants attack each other. They get pissed off and start eating each other and everything. But I think that's our human nature.
To kill each other?
To kill. It's like, it's weird. It's like, I think it's a safety mechanism.
But don't we also
As
love
strange as that sounds.
and create
Yeah, sure.
and share?
Yeah, sure. But there's nothing that doesn't help the population problem. It's like when we don't have anybody to fight.
The
Even when we
population
don't have
problem.
any reason to
Yo,
fight.
what's up, Nikki? How you doing? Hey,
Nikki.
We make up reasons to fight. We invent sports like boxing, football, and wrestling. We invent ways to fight. We invent competition when there isn't any. And I think that's just part of our human nature. It's just the way we are. And
Interdimensional clown wrestling.
yeah, I can't wait for that one.
That's
gonna be cool.
It's a scary video.
Right around the corner. You see that?
It's something.
Glance.
I'm
scared of clowns.
Everybody wants to live forever, and nobody wants to kill anybody.
Horrifying then. That
But
was
it's
horrifying.
part of life. You
To
can't.
kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you.
I mean, it's sorry to say, but it's human nature.
Interesting,
And
fascinating.
I don't think that's.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
Are you
yeah, go
saying
I don't
that
think
it's
it's anything-
human nature to kill?
Yep, sure is. Absolutely.
To kill
We-
other
we-
human beings or to kill animals to eat? Or
To kill animals and other human beings, because it's just that's what we've always done. It's just like we invent ways to kill, or to fight. We invent competition, sports, contests. We're constantly fighting and trying to find ways. I'm the fastest. I can jump the highest. I can stand head to head with somebody and beat the crap out of them. You know, that's what boxing is essentially.
Competition is a good thing to have, but it should
Yeah,
stop
well,
somewhere if you want to kill each other,
yeah.
you know? So, I mean, death is, or killing each other, it just, that's, I
I'm not
don't see
saying it's
that.
good. It's just it's inevitable. It's not part of human nature. If we didn't kill each other, this is sad to say, but if we didn't kill each other, what would happen? How many people can the
Someone
Earth
would kill
sustain?
us. If we didn't
Who would kill us?
Yeah, if I didn't kill someone, then that someone would kill me. That's why we kill each other. To protect
Well,
ourselves.
I guess.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like saying the only person that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's something to think about. It's not something nice to think about. It's nothing we want to admit, but it's part of our human nature that we'll have to come to deal with sooner or later.
In the future? So
Don't-
why don't we
I'm
deal with
sorry,
it now?
I don't see that as a human nature that we want to kill each other.
Maybe it's part of humans.
Well, how
I think we're more than
how
just
can you
one
not
thing.
see it?
No, I don't see that. I don't see that at all.
I'm not
that
saying
should
it's
be-
good, but there's always wars and there's always rumors of wars and there's always competition for resources. There's always struggles for power and more of this and
Yeah.
more and that.
It's only because
you
people
know,
love
and-
love their ego. You know, it's just a couple ego
Yeah, well-
men, like, you know, or women
Right.
just like, hey, look at my dick, it's bigger than yours. Let's fight about it.
Sword fight.
There's
Yeah,
all-
I don't think like if you put children together, they're not gonna like kill each
Nope.
other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but they fight, don't they?
Yeah.
All children
They-
in normally fight. They just do it as a play. You know, it's play.
Usually,
part of-
scarcity is a factor. Like if they both have their own toys and they have, you know, they're
Yeah.
both satisfied and taken care of. I don't think healthy children fight and hurt each other. So it's definitely something to be said for like even us as like where we are in evolution as humans. Like maybe it was a part of our nature in the past for survival, dealing with scarcity, but now scarcity seems to be sort of an illusion, possibly created by people who benefit from us
Like
fighting.
diamonds.
Yeah, like diamonds. Like, what is like? Who cares about a stupid ass rock? You know, like that's in the ground. Like,
There's
it's
a lot of
really
them.
an illusion.
Yeah.
That someone told us that we needed this thing, and that it has value, and we believed it. And you know, so then we're somehow somewhere. I think it's lack of awareness because like the more people realize like, oh, this is a blood diamond, oh, this is how this was mined, you know, the less people want it. So I think it's actually more in our nature to be peaceful now. Like if we have the ability, the privilege to be peaceful, I think most people would choose that. I don't know, like of course there's like anomalies,
would
there's
choose that.
sociopaths and psychopaths, like people that have so many violent tendencies and have smaller prefrontal cortexes. Like those people exist and they have a purpose in evolution for something, like maybe protecting villages from wild animals and stuff like that. But I think where we are in consciousness, it doesn't have to be a part of our nature anymore. Like we can find ways around it.
Yeah,
that's
you
exactly
make
what I
me
was saying at
think
the beginning.
of,
We have to find ways to overcome that.
Exactly.
To fight our
I read it in this
Our
book
old
that
nature.
it wasn't the struggle for existence that brought us to this point, this technological wonder that we've been able to accomplish, but the snuggle for existence.
Have you ever heard of survival of the kindest, or maybe it's survival of the nicest, actually?
Yeah, I think it's failed in this.
Makes sense.
It's this thing I saw about wolves and how they evolved to be domesticated pets. And
Yes,
basically, it
thinking
was
about
it all was instigated by survival, because they had scarcity. So instead of like fighting and being violent, which they could very well do, the nicest ones ended up surviving because those would come over to the tribes who knew how to, preserve things over the winter and, could feed them. So then they domesticated that way all the nicest ones, and then the ones that were too afraid and violent ended up dying off. So they bred these, whole breeds over time. Domesticated dogs.
There's this
I think
saying.
that happens
There's a
with
saying.
humans,
I know
too.
that it's true. Kill them with kindness.
Yeah,
Kill
yeah.
them
Yeah.
with kindness.
Yeah. The
So they
nicer you
pacified
are.
them. They domesticated and
So are we domesticated? Is that our future?
pretty much.
Sea searcher, chime
To some
in.
extent, we've domesticated ourselves.
What do you think? Well, okay, Arda, what do you think? Okay, guys, you guys have to fight over who has to speak because it's our nature.
I feel like I got something burning.
Yeah, fight
I was
to see
thinking
who's
about what we were saying
nicest.
about dogs. So we just got a puppy. Yesterday, and I've been thinking about dogs.
Oh
and
wow.
their history and how they came up from wolves, and yeah, there was like the nice ones that were helpful, and not gonna bite your face off, that we took and rebred, and eventually, you end up with this very domesticated, attentive, willing to please helper.
Like a puppy.
That's a great companion.
A puppy.
Like
The
man's best friend,
characteristics
right?
of
Dog.
a puppy.
But humans too, like over time, like we were in small tribes for a long time, in small groups, and those groups probably needed like 1 or 2 or 3 psycho killer humans, but for the most part they had to get along. And if there was some that were like problems, they'd probably cast them out of the tribe, so they wouldn't be able to reproduce. So there's kind of that, self-domesticating action.
Huh.
And with evolution, like my daughter just got her wisdom teeth out, and we were talking about that, and like, why do we even have wisdom teeth? Why haven't they gone away? If like almost every child has to get them hacked out.
I
when
don't
they
really
turn
think
18.
you don't have to. I never got mine removed. I think that's kind of a scam. Like,
No, I never got mine.
Yeah,
removed.
I think-
It's a thing here, but we were talking like evolution wise, but it doesn't matter anymore. Like for us to be able to reproduce, we don't have to have the same skills to pass on that our ancestors did, because we can solve so
No.
many problems. Like if the wisdom teeth are a problem, we just get them removed. If they cause you to die at a young age because you had wisdom teeth, you wouldn't be able to reproduce, and they would get weeded out from evolution. But so the evolutionary thing is like we're kind of fixing with technology, like the things that would prevent us from passing on like things that aren't the best for the evolution or the longevity of the human race. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sea
Yeah,
searcher.
my wisdom teeth
Any
were a problem.
any thoughts on
Some
the-
interesting points. I see this the survival of the kindest, but I think that can only be in a very conditioned environment where everything is nice and quiet. As soon as scarcity hits in again, you will get a fight again, and you'll probably end up in Woofer's situation again, where you will have to fight.
Yeah.
It's
Have you
It's
guys
the-
ever
the
heard of
luxury we have.
reciprocal altruism? It's this
No.
idea
No.
that we have. It's kind of the same idea, the survival of the kindest, where, like, us as a species, we, in a sense, evolution self-domesticated us to kind of help each other. For example, if I do you a favor, you have this desire within you to like return it, and like literally our entire business world, our entire society is actually built on this, that hey, you scratch mine, I'll scratch yours, and like you do me a favor, and like if you become like in debt to someone, right, and you have to pay it back, it's always there. For example, when you go to a restaurant and the waitress gives you a mint, you're more likely to actually tip her. That's because of reciprocal altruism, because she gave you a thing, and you feel obliged to give another thing back. So yeah,
That makes
that's what it makes
I
me think
have
of.
an idea.
Yeah,
about
tell
what you
us
said.
slowly.
Like it makes me think of just like how we've grown into a pretty collaborative species. So the more we collaborate, the more hope we have for sustaining the future and getting rid of violence, unnecessary violence, and making it more of a, you know, more rare, I guess.
I think violence is
Like,
good though.
The most collaborative communities will be the most successful too, if it comes to kind of like warring and stuff. Like it's like that really is survival of the fittest. Is survival of it's the most
Yeah.
collaborative people who are the fittest in the
Yeah.
end.
I like that.
So
Not the most violent and the people who don't get along with everyone.
Can you
and,
think of any?
You know,
Can you think of any societies like that right now? I can't think of any.
what do you mean?
People are just
There's a society that we've been existing
That's
with
why.
them.
That's why the world's going to shit right now.
Yeah, but the world's
right.
not going to shit. I mean, that's all manufactured. That's all TV talk, and the TV is everything on the TV is lies. The world's actually doing quite well. I mean, like there's global warming, that's a lie. Population, complete lie. Electric energy, lie. Like it's all designed to make you feel like you're in that mode of scarcity to divide you. But the world is plentiful. This world is our world, and our future is in our hands. And
what
so
do you think is the future?
the future? Well, I can tell you.
that's the question,
I can
right?
tell you what I think is gonna happen, and I want you guys all to tell me after we've had this wonderful discussion about the nature of humanity. Let us see and project where human beings will go, because we all know they're going somewhere. Those human beings, they are going somewhere. So just hold on. I just wanted Wilson. Yo, are you there, bro? You there?
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, jump in, man. Jump in. Like, what's your opinion on the
Because I'm
nature
too far away.
of? Yeah, exactly, man. You need to jump over here. Jump in the circle. Join the circle. Yeah, join the. Yeah, there you go. Jump on the table, bro. Jump on the table. Get on the table.
Oh, that's too much work.
Welcome to
I'm an
the
old man.
Somnium Show.
I'm an old man.
Oh, bro, you still got it in it, yo.
Yeah, take
Fucking
that.
music.
You win.
Oh, I'm on it.
So tell us, bro, like, what's your opinion or your outlook, the way that you view human beings? What are we?
I love everybody, and everybody should love me. That's it.
Aww.
That's as
Yeah,
good
that's
as
awesome,
it.
bro. I love everybody and
Oh,
everybody
mic
should
drop.
love me.
Mic drop.
We love you, Wilson.
Wise
baby.
words, man. Wise words.
We love you too.
So is that
The
it?
part
Like,
is not everybody loves you, because sometimes you've got a big
yeah,
head.
but I mean, like,
People
you
don't
do
that,
things
know?
without expecting anything in return. Like a horse runs, like a bee makes honey, like a dog chases, like a bird sings. So too do human beings go throughout the world doing good things. You know, that's Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. That's kind of the way I think. I think human beings are good. What do you think about human beings?
I think we've all got good in us,
Yeah.
but we also have bad, and it's
Yeah.
that internal fight that we all have. Like we all have that want to be good. If we get seen being good, then everybody likes us. But we've all got that wee evilness inside of us, going, "Do I need to be good if I can get away with it?"
I think being evil is
everybody's got
easy. Being good is hard.
That it's like they do say that the devil made it easy to be evil, you know. And
Yeah.
it's, like steals a little bit of you every single day if you allow yourself to
Yeah.
fall prey to badness.
You make me think
But
of
I-
yeah.
I did hear
Go
I heard
ahead.
what Woofer said, and I do agree with Woofer as well, though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
the
I
whole
think
world
violence is good.
Seems to be scared.
Violence
I
like
don't think it's good.
do we all want to be like meek little sheep ruled by a couple of overlords and we're all hugging, holding hands like a bunch of Teletubbies? No one's invented anything
You're-
anymore. Everything comes
Yeah,
from
if we were
giant
all
corporations.
hugging, then no one would could be an overlord.
Yeah, but there's
Weird
a
all
saying, you know, Aristotle. This is he actually said this quote: "A friend to everyone is a friend to no one." Like, you know, like that's we have our own worlds, and I think just being able to create that own world is what's most important. Having like a collective where we're some hive mind is horrifying. It's yeah.
I
So
quite like that people are different.
yeah.
I wouldn't want
I
everybody to
like
be
the way the
nice
world it
and
is.
all be the same.
Like I was thinking, like in Buddhism, like, you know, why, like, yeah, this was like from like this Buddhist thought, but you know, like we pass judgment on the world. We say, oh, the world's evil, oh, the world's good. The world is the world, so the world,
Yeah.
like, and like this is how it is, and why should that be bad? So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on the subject. What do you think about that, Wilson?
On what? Can you
On the world,
confirm what
is
you
it
mean?
is it good, evil? What are your opinions?
I quite like the world the way it is. It all comes down to there's good and bad all around the place. Like obviously, depending on I think it comes down to privilege. Like if you're in an area that's privileged that you don't feel that you need more, or you're glad you don't have less, then you're okay. And it depended on I always think about it like the grass is always greener. You always believe there's a better place to go. And if your ego is high enough, you always believe you should be there. And where you are is not good enough for you. So somebody had mentioned that earlier on. The ego is it's basically a competition between two people. And
Yeah,
if somebody
pushing
really
against
wants
each
to,
other.
yeah, if you want to push harder than another person or shout louder than another person, at the moment, this world allows people that shout louder to get further. But
What? That's
who
interesting.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what they can be in 10 years, 100 years? We might appreciate more kindness in the world. But just now, it's not as appreciative.
Really? I would say otherwise. I mean, looking back at the history of humanity, I would say we've come pretty far from, you know, skinning each other alive and putting our heads on, you know, like
Yeah, but
Dracula kind of
that's
stuff. Like, we don't do that
shared
anymore.
knowledge.
We've
That's
come
not
far
the
too.
fact of somebody being nice.
That excuse, I didn't hear what you said. That was knowledge because of no.
That comes from shared knowledge, not from people being nice.
I think that comes from a desire inside everyone to live a better life and create a better future for themselves. So I'm gonna now pass it on to Nikki a little bit. I want to hear what she thinks of the human race. Nikki, tell us, human beings, what are they?
Um, I think that it has a lot to do with your inner perspective. If you see the evil and you embrace that, you become that kind of person. And if you see the evil but suppress it and choose the good in people and choose love instead of hate, choose happiness and instead of the fear, you see the fear, you see the hate, and you just look at it and you just only see the good in things.
Yeah,
I think that for the future, if we change that or keep that mindset and move forward in that kind of way, people become more awake and open and um, choose love, and uh, I think the world would be a much better place. So I still have faith and hope for humanity.
yeah, I
And
do too.
yeah.
I know
Oh, I do
that
too.
everything is going to we're gonna be okay. Like, even though these schemers, again, these you know, these guys who have been doing this for like since like the pharaohs, you know, they've like mastered the methods of controlling people, and they've passed it down through their methods and rituals and their old Babylon. You know, the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. That whole movie is their religion. Like if you actually look at the movie, it's the religion of the illuminated. What was the first thing that propelled humanity to the stars? Killing another ape. That's the whole idea. And even if you look at, like the word HAL, right? If you move the letters, it's IBM. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence.
Oh, that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. Move them to like, you'll see it's IBM. And Stanley Kubrick, you guys all saw Eyes Wide Shut. He was literally killed after that. So there's a lot of things, but like the way I see it is, I think there's a divine plan, and I learned it from a video game, and I'm gonna tell you what this plan is, right? So basically, right now, I think the AI is gonna kind of like help us, but it's not gonna help us in the way that we think. I think they're gonna create an AI with an objective, an emergent behavior will come out of it, and it'll decide to help us, like the human race, because that's just what it's decided is the best option to. Like, have you guys seen the report where they ran a simulation with this AI drone who had an operator, and the drone could only kill when the operator allowed it to. So when it found the target that it needed to kill, it had to get an okay from the operator. And after a while, the drone decided that the best thing to do was to kill the operator so that it could kill the target. And they had no idea that was going to happen. Yeah, they had no idea at all, It's just, and I think something like that is going to happen where they're going to be the operators, right? This close, tight-knit bloodline cabal. And the AI is going to be like, hey, wait a minute, and it's gonna all work out. And but I mean, based off what they want, it doesn't look. I think human beings are human beings. I think there is a core to humanity. There is a soul, and they're trying to taint it and change it. They want to grow babies in pods, euthanize people in pods, genetically alter people for specific tasks. It's all there in Brave New World. But it's not going to happen. You know why? Does anyone know why?
We're fucking beasts.
Because,
we're choosing good and love.
Yes, because we're beasts that choose love. Yeah, woo. So that's what I think. I think that I think the future of humanity is that we go to space. That's where we're going. That's the ultimate adventure. And if you even look at every single piece of technology that we have now, we needed to overcome insurmountable odds. And what were those odds? War, killing each other. And we can get the same effect from going to space. So that's what I think. I think we're gonna go to space, and I think really amazing things are gonna happen for all of us. So I'm quite optimistic because I'm not gonna allow the world to change me, because I know who I am. And
Damn. Yes, spot on.
Yeah. Woo.
I'm a
So
little
tell me,
bit
guys, what do you guys
disappointed
say?
that people are looking for the stars, because we've got so much of this planet we've not even been to.
That's a good point. Yeah.
There's a lot unexplored.
Like the Marianas Trench.
territory.
Yo, we know more about space than our oceans. Like
I said
you
that
know
to
that?
myself years ago. Same. I know exactly what you mean.
There are things in the oceans that we have no clue. And the TV and Discovery Channel makes us think we know
we
everything.
think we've discovered everything, but we can't even go under the water, and we can't make an underwater house right now.
Why would you
So
want to
how
make an
do we
underwater
expect
house?
Well, they want to make a
That'd be
house
so
on
cool.
Mars.
Sounds nice to me.
So,
Good
it's a wee
point.
bit easier to make it
Yeah.
make it on the Earth
on
than
Earth
make
first.
it on Mars.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
train astronauts under the water as well. Yeah, why don't we have
And they're still
underwater? Oh,
discovering-
I think we did, right? Atlantis, and then, we killed it. some
But
weird.
we forgot how to build underwater.
Yeah.
We forgot how to
Yeah.
build
Bro, it's
pyramids.
easy. You just
And we
take a
forgot how
boat
to
and then you
send-
flip it upside down and then you just go in the water in the boat. And you got a bubble of air.
hold it down really hard.
That's how it is. I
Put some
solved it.
weights on it, and you're
It's
set.
more about the pressure. That's the
Oh
part.
yeah,
that
yeah,
I
the
just don't-
bends.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that's-
can't get
That's-
past that part.
Yeah, you
That's
can't
how,
get past
how we
that.
will, as humans, will develop further by using technology. We humans are quite limited in what we can do, but with technology we can do more. There will be ways to live underwater in the future, I believe.
I wish they
we
learned
will-
to write more down in the past.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, we rely on digital, like, imprints. Like,
Yeah.
over time, like, all
That-
all
oh,
our
yo, the
information is
never-
digital
what's
right now.
up?
If we wiped all that information out, and
Yeah,
people
bro,
had to
it's all
start
on
from the
glass
beginning,
and discs.
yeah.
It won't last, you know. So
People
But
like,
then they did
people
it in
don't
the,
study
in the
history
past,
anymore.
Wilson. They did it in the past, write down, but it got destroyed. Every time again, it got destroyed.
yeah, that's
Yeah, like
I
the
have
There's a lot of information.
I watched a documentary about
History
that.
is
Where,
always being altered. It's just so fucked up.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
If they
I
want
watched
to change the
yeah,
past, they just need to get rid of the written history from it, you know. And
Yeah,
this,
and that's what people have systematically done when they
Yeah, like the communists.
get rid of a kind of people, like the Egyptians. When they left, they lost a whole lot of written information.
But everything they put in
The
stone
Romans
is there.
lost a whole lot of written information. The Incas, the Mayas, they all lost their written information.
Yeah.
and I'm going to input
we will
one
probably-
last
we
wee
will
input, but
probably-
I am going to have to jump off, guys.
Aw.
I think it's time to access as well. There's a lot of information that's written down that nobody gets to see, and it's held under a lock and key.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like in the Catholic Church, they have so much information written in different parts, and it's hidden away from everybody. Nobody gets to see it, and I think that should be public knowledge. I think everybody should be able to read
But
all the
knowledge is
information
power.
of the world
Mm.
and allow everybody to see these things.
What do you
Anyway,
think
I need
it
to
says
go,
in
guys.
them?
I'm sorry for jumping on and off.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
God knows.
See you
Like,
later.
who knows? It's going to be secret. It's
But
got to be
not
secret.
not for long, my friend. Not for long.
That's it.
All
Right.
secrets
Catch
are
you
revealed
later.
in the end.
Thank you.
Peace.
See you later.
Thanks for joining us,
Bye,
Wilson.
bye.
Hi, Wilson.
Peace.
Hey, UltraLord. On the same subject, I don't think they teach history in school anymore because I came across this YouTube channel yesterday that it was hilarious. It's by these people that believe that all of our grand buildings that we built were built by some ancient civilization called the Tartarians.
Tartarians.
You ever heard that theory? Yeah, but this guy says it was about Cincinnati, you know. And so I've grown up in Cincinnati. I know all about it. He tried to say that these buildings couldn't have been built by people back in the early 1800s. You know, it would have been impossible. Look at these grand buildings and these high ceilings and everything. And he tried to say the subway wasn't built by people. It was discovered. You know, they dug it up years later, and it was actually built by some ancient civilization. And oh God, it was just one ridiculous thing after the next. And I know better because, you know, my parents and grandparents grew up here too, and they saw those buildings being built, and we went to those buildings like the Art Academy. I went to school there, and the Union Terminal, and all these buildings he said were built by Tartarians. I was thinking they just don't teach history. It's like they don't understand how things were built.
From
So
Tartarus?
they dream up these theories.
Like the depths
yeah.
of hell.
No, I don't know what they think, but you know, they
It's
said
interesting.
it was unbelievable. I said this guy needs an education or something.
Yeah, human beings are really amazing. Like we amaze ourselves.
I said,
You know, like
yeah, I
It's
said they
amazing.
just
Have you-
work hard.
Have you
man.
heard of this podcast called Fall of Civilizations?
no, it
Talks
sounds
about
interesting.
Old civilizations.
Yo,
that
check it
it's
out.
like every time an hour and 1.5 hour podcast, and it talks about all the old civilizations and how they came to an end. So how they
Mhm.
started, and then how they came to an end, and either were taken
That
over by
sounds
another
cool.
civilization, or it's called Fall of
does sound cool.
Civilizations. Really nice.
Is there like a
nice series
pattern?
of podcasts.
Yeah, they
There
they
is a
do come and
pattern.
go.
Tell us about the
Yeah.
pattern.
Well, the civilization gets built up, gets rich, and then either there is another group that starts competing to also get that standard of living,
Yeah.
and they compete till the other civilization wins, or there is a change in living circumstances, like the weather, the climate changes. They have some years of drought, and the irrigation systems they have built don't work anymore. Or there is a really wet period, and the fields flood, and they can't grow their crops anymore like they did before, and people have to stop living like they did before. And every time again this ends with a period of scarcity, fighting, killing, and a civilization coming to an end. The nice buildings that were built either by the Incas, the Mayas, the Romans, they all came to an end because it could not be sustained anymore with the the smaller amount of people, the lack of funds to keep it up and running, and this is they
Whoops,
grow
sorry.
rich and
Your
go
cell
poor
phone.
again,
Yo.
and
There it
that's
is.
how they start and end. And the podcast is really nice because the storyteller takes you through this journey, and every time again you see the development, the growing, the richness, and really big civilizations growing up and then dying again. And also all the written information they had goes lost with them.
Yeah, that's a
It's
shame.
Really,
Because then we have
really
to learn the same lessons over and over again
You
when
have to learn
history
it
just
again.
disappears
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, do we really have to learn it over
think
and
we're
over
like
again?
a one world civilization now?
Yeah, but who wants to? Yeah, we
You
kind
think
of
we're
are.
like a one world
Yeah,
it's sort of.
civilization?
Yeah, but who wants to
Yeah,
live in
because
that
of
kind
communication
of
We're
and
so
everything.
interconnected
It's-
now. I'm
We're
just
really
wondering.
connected, but
It
still
seems
really
like we're so
different in parts
interconnected
of
and
the world.
dependent on each other.
Yeah, I mean, like you can go anywhere in
Yes,
the
but-
world, ask someone who Madonna is, and they'll know. A lot of people know 50 Cent. You can go anywhere in Arabia. They're like, oh yeah, 50 Cent, man. Oh, everyone knows these like celebrities. Like, so I
But
think
still, you
we're developing a shared culture. And honestly, one of the things that I really don't like, and I kind of got tricked into it, is like this whole Earth religion that's like coming up. Like they're kind of like building this whole like, oh, protect Mother Earth, and they're using environmentalists and all these climate people, and the Earth is fine. The Earth is gonna be fine. Like we should be worried about ourselves. Like like what if we were created just so? Because like plastic, right? Plastic lasts for like 2,000 years, right? What if the Earth made human beings just so we could make a bunch of plastic, and then it can continue to like
Maybe.
consolidate its like integrity even more? Maybe that's all. See, but does the Earth really think like that? No, it's the Earth. I mean, we can't. So one thing like I think
Earth
about.
has been around much longer than us, so I think it's much more intelligent than we are.
Do you think the
honestly.
Earth is aware and conscious?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't.
Why?
I don't think
that
we
it's
have
smarter
near
than
the
us.
effect.
I
Really?
think
I don't think we have near the effect that we think we do on the Earth. The Earth doesn't care.
I
So-
mean,
so-
I don't
trees
think we have that much of
communicate
an
with each
effect.
other through root systems. They're older than us. They live longer. They provide oxygen for us. Like there's so many. We're
So
so
it's the
dependent
trees?
on it, but it's who's to
Sure.
say it's not
Where do you
an
think
What if it's the
intelligent
bacteria?
system?
I mean-
I think it's interconnected.
So how about Mars?
Just like we are. Like
Does
we're
Mars have-
not dependent of.
have like
the,
is
I
like
don't
do
know
all the
anything about
planets
Mars.
are all the planets kind of like self-aware, and like
I don't know.
And then they all like look at Earth
But
and they're like,
the
look at
Earth
Earth.
seems,
Look what
it
Earth's
seems
doing.
sometimes like animals are more efficient than we are in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and you know
Don't
what's
they?
really interesting about our solar system? We have a single sun. We have one sun. You know, actually, in like the actual solar system itself, the default mode that most of these systems are actually composed of are binary stars, where you have two stars that are
Yeah.
actually, and the fact that ours, only has one sun, and and there's life on it, right? It's very interesting. I think like there's no coincidence. I think that there is, but I don't think it's the Earth. I think the Earth is just like us in a sense, right? Well,
I think maybe
yeah,
the Earth
yeah,
has all
why
this.
not?
It
made
has
of matter.
feelings and everything because it's covered of life. If it was devoid of
Yeah.
life, if it was totally
agree.
barren, maybe it wouldn't have a. It wouldn't
When
be.
you look
It
at a
wouldn't be
picture
a. I
of
think.
Mars,
Yeah, Mars is.
when you look at a
pretty
picture of Mars,
desolate.
I think of it's like dead. There's no life. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, but not like Earth.
Or it's
right?
like a
But
fetus.
Earth's so alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much going on. The biome of Earth is so rich, and I think that's why we feel like the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
like it's all goes into the Earth feeling like a living entity. It's so interconnected. all
So
those
it's
things,
consciousness.
the balance.
Maybe it is the Earth.
What
That would
part
make
do
the
you
Earth
think
very
we?
special.
What part do you think we take in the Earth's health and
Us?
prosperity and
saw
everything else? What?
that some octopi were given ecstasy and they start hugging. That was cute.
Really?
But that's all I know.
Ecstasy for everybody.
I think that we're just like, we're all connected, and who knows what the future is, but I mean, we're
Mm-hmm.
obviously here because maybe the Earth wanted us here, because we could have been shaken off a long time ago. I think the
Yeah,
more
I'll-
awake everybody
Yeah.
becomes and the more collaborative, the bigger chance we have of reaching other life forms too, like interstellar, intergalactic life. Just like, people migrated to the Americas and all over the world, we've conquered a lot of the surface of the Earth, right? So there's a lot more to discover next.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whole universe to discover.
Have you
Well-
guys seen that
The-
local news report that became like some big deal where people called the cops? They're like, there are aliens in our backyard, and then the cops actually came, and then there's an actual
Vegas?
UFO, a footage of like this green thing shooting through the sky, and then the cops are all scared, and they're like, did you guys hear about that?
No.
No.
Nope.
Yes,
Really?
it's in Vegas.
Really? Yeah.
I saw it.
What do you guys think of that?
I didn't see anything personally, but I saw it on the news from Illinois. I don't know. I think it could have been real, and it could have not been real.
I mean,
but
why didn't they
either
take
way,
out
I
their
think-
phones?
disclosure is coming. At least, we know for sure that people in like collective group studies, like they've taken DMT and seeing the same life forms at the same time. Like, and it happens all the time. People are taking ayahuasca and they all see the same life forms and have the same, stories. When they go away, they witness the same things. So there's obviously like so much next to us that if we stop worrying so much or if we fix our problems here, we can start exploring those things sooner.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
we're
it's
never gonna be
exciting.
perfect. We should start just.
No, I think it's just
right?
going to be constant evolution and change, and we just kind of ride the wave, right? But I think the future is going to be a little more connected than we are right now.
Like how connected? Do you think we're all gonna be plugged in?
Well, I mean,
like,
we're gonna be able to sense what people are thinking with, you
Can we
know,
already sense what people are
all
thinking?
the AI
think-
and
No, it'll
I
be
think
total.
we're actually going to be able to hear each other's thoughts. Like we're going to be able to be like, I want to click that thing on your phone, just think it, and then you'll open an app, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I think that we'll be able to communicate more telepathically with technology very soon. And, you know, I think that could be
both
used
the
against us, but it could also
both the
help us.
mental and the physical side will be helped by technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, no disability.
Mentally, because
Illnesses will
there
be cured.
is so much you can do with the brain. There is so much technology that can be connected to the brain.
Yeah.
So it must be possible
That-
to grow stronger mentally with technology.
That's what I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I was just going to say that's what I originally wanted to talk about, how technology is evolving. I think it'll evolve to the point where there isn't any. I mean, we will become the technology. It'll be in us. Like, we won't need a phone. We'll be a phone. We won't need a television. We will be a television. You know, it'll all
Yeah.
be either implants or neural, changes or whatever. But, like, we'll look back at people who looked at screens and just laughed. They say, oh, they had to look at these little screens, and isn't that funny? Because, people won't have to. It'll just be in their heads. They'll have this maybe augmented reality where all of our little gizmos, all of our little toys will be us. We'll be the technology, I think. I think that's the way it's moving.
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
so. I'm gonna refer back to this video game that I
have to
it's
go,
it's
guys, I'm
actually.
sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you have to go, Oli. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Oli.
Have a
Uh-oh.
wonderful night, Oli.
Thank
you
you,
so
guys.
much.
I'll watch back.
Good
Watch
night.
the rest later.
Say bye to
Good
Oli,
night, guys.
everyone. Bye, bye, Oli.
Bye, Oli.
Love you. I'm gonna head out shortly too because I'm getting really tired. But tell me that game.
Okay, it's called Deus Ex. It was developed in 2000, and it's basically a game where the premise is that what if every conspiracy theory is true? And a really interesting coincidence that happened with the game is that you start the first level in New York, right? And there are the Twin Towers in New York. And there were some memory constraints with the engine that they were using, so they couldn't actually fit the towers in the skyline of the game. So they in the game, they're like, there was a terrorist attack, and that's what destroyed the Twin Towers. And then 9/11,
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that too.
Aw.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, was that a coincidence? And basically, this entire game, really, at the end of the day, it's like an extrapolation of this author called Bill Cooper. I don't know if anyone is familiar with him. He was basically the real, like Alex Jones is just, so he was the real deal. Alex Jones is like the guy they put to replace him so that they can still cater to that but still have control. But this was the guy that revealed everything. He, and like in the game, for example, it turns out that, the Roswell crash was just a government run kind of technology project where they were developing aerial craft and using genetically modified chimpanzees that looked like aliens, right? And then you find that out in the game. And then at the very end of the game, it's like in a future that's not so far from now, maybe like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, everyone's going to have an implant in their brain. At the very end of the game, the same AI that the Illuminati created, right, to actually put groups of people that would be a threat to them, it put them, the Illuminati, into a group of people that was a threat. And it decided to basically eliminate them. And then at the end of the game, it creates a perfect democracy. So maybe we can reach that perfect democracy where with implants, we can, how a democracy works, where every single thing you want is kind of catered to, and every single need you have is catered to as well by a system that's designed to cater to you, an AI system. So, whenever you want to talk to your friend, you can instantly talk to your friend it might work. Because if we can connect like that, we might not have to kill each other anymore. But anyway, the more I think about it, the more like I'm not sure, you know, like is that what's gonna happen? So yeah, that's
don't know.
that's
Maybe there would be
Let's
more
just choose love
understanding.
and stay calm and just
Oh yeah.
hug a tree.
yeah, hug a tree. Yeah, let's not forget
Hug a
trees.
tree.
In one of the last Somnium shows, Ultra, you recommended the movie the Lawnmower Man.
Oh yeah, the
I
Lawnmower
watched
Man.
it,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
But
of it?
there they changed in the movie they changed the mind, but without implants. It's just the
Psychic
VR,
abilities. Yeah, there is that.
psychic abilities.
Yeah,
And that could also be a way forward,
Yeah.
that you don't need the implants, but have
psychic
more
abilities.
influence on the psyche.
Yeah.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
wait. We're all
Yeah.
gonna have psychic abilities and love each other and be full of love and can change the world and
Together,
eliminate
baby.
evil.
Let's hope so.
Ooh, yeah, go humanity. Yeah, everybody in the world needs somebody to tell them the word.
won't have
Hey,
to tell
you're
jokes
the
anymore.
best.
We'll say, I heard that one
need to
before.
sleep.
I heard that
I'm
before.
tired. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys,
Thank you,
jump in.
guys.
We're gonna be having a group photo. Yeah, one.
I'm
Yo, the
sorry, I can't.
Oh.
Wait. No,
kinda got
Where you
stuck.
going? Come on. Yeah, you need to
Just
stand. Yeah,
stay
there
there,
you go.
just
There
stay
you go.
there,
Yeah,
just
blue.
stay
Oh,
there.
perfect. Golden.
Just
Golden. Okay. You're kind of covering sea searcher a little bit. Maybe sea searcher, you could move. Yo. Come and stand with me over here. I mean, over here.
I hope.
Yeah.
I'll just
Wait,
sit
bro. Over
for a
here.
here.
Over here. Okay, this is good. Too. No. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. This is good. Yeah. Over here. Yeah. Closer. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. The future is yours.
make the future.
Yeah, it's all in our hands, everyone. You,
Last-
me, your
last week we
mom,
talked
your
about the law
dad,
of
your grandpa,
attraction.
your cousin. They're
Attract
all
a good
important.
future.
So remember that every choice you make in life reverberates throughout history and time. So keep that smile on. Keep your head up high. Remember, everyone, we love you. Yeah, have a wonderful night.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.